Hi everyone, thank you for joining me again today. We're just going to mobilize the spine, the shoulders, the hips today and get ready for the day or finish the day off really nicely. So coming onto your mat, we're going to start sitting, feet out in front of you, feet hip distance apart parallel with each other, knees hip distance apart as well so they're not falling to the sides or knocking together. You're going to find your two sit bones underneath you, just rocking from side to side, bringing the weight nice and even through them. And then pressing down to the sit bones, lengthening up through the spine. Think about the top of the head reaching to the ceiling, maybe somebody picking you up by the ears, all the way up, feel that length in the neck. Take a second, just draw the shoulders back. Think about opening out that collarbone a little bit. You're going to take a nice big breath, and as you breathe in, think about getting space in between the bones in your back. Just think about lengthening up. And then we're going to take a nice exhale, just let the shoulders settle. But maintain the length in your spine. Just let your shoulders drop slightly here. And then we'll start to move the shoulders. So we'll lift the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them forwards and down. Squeeze behind you, lift up. And roll forwards and down. Squeeze and lift. Roll forwards and down. One more. Behind you and up. And forwards and down. And then we'll change direction. Roll forwards, lift up. Squeeze behind you and down. So I'm exaggerating these circles, making them as big as I can, and just really enjoying the feeling of the shoulder blades moving across the back of the rib cage. Staying nice and long and tall as I go. Now I'm going to bring the arms in and a bit of breath in. So I'm going to reach the arms forwards and up. I'm going to breathe in through my nose as I lift up tall. And then I'm going to stretch my arms out nice and wide and take them all the way down by my sides. So breathing in through the nose, lengthen, lengthen, lengthen to the ceiling. And exhale out through those pursed lips to lower back down. Inhaling to reach up tall. Exhaling out to the sides and down. Stay tall. Last one. Inhale up. We come reach. And exhale out to the sides and down. Let's change direction. Take the arms out to the sides. Lift to the ceiling. Our inhale. And then it's an exhale to reach forwards and down. Remember, if you're finding it hard to sit up like this, you can sit yourself up on a block or on a cushion and just take a little pressure off the low back or the hips. Out we go and up. Exhale to come forwards and down. One more. Inhale out to the sides and up to the ceiling. And this time on our exhale, we're going to reach up, 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 and then round our way over. Bring the hands down by the ankles. We'll relax the head, the neck, and the shoulders. And we'll stay here for a couple of breaths. So we're going to breathe in through the nose. Nice wide breath in. Fill your lungs all the way down to the lower lobes here. And then we're going to exhale out through the pursed lips. Feel like you're blowing up a balloon and just feel that nice connection of your abdominals as you resist the air coming out. Breathing in nice and wide. Fill your lungs, expand your rib cage. Feel that movement of the ribs here. And then on your exhale, notice how the ribs can soften towards each other again. One more time, one nice wide breath in, fill your lungs, expand your rib cage. And then on our exhale, I'm going to draw my belly button in towards my spine. I'm going to start to lift from the low part of my back, lift the back of the rib cage, lift my shoulders, lift my ears. I'm going to sweep my arms out to the sides, inhale as I lift to the ceiling. And then I'm going to come up and over again on my exhale, rounding back into that same position. And relax the head, neck, and shoulders, and stay here for another couple of breaths. So we're going to breathe in and bring all of our attention and focus inwards onto the body and onto the breath. And then on the exhale, we're going to make that conscious decision to let go of any tension, stress, or strain you might be carrying, particularly through the neck and the shoulders. Just let it melt away. And then with each breath in, you're going to bring life and energy and oxygen into the body here. And this time on our exhale, again, think about the belly button drawing in towards the spine. Lift from there, lift from your center. Grow tall, one bone after the next. Lengthen all the way to the top. Roll those shoulders back and down. And then cross your ankles in front of you. I'm going to turn to see here. So we're going to take the arms out to the side, send the shoulders down. So your hands are going to be just a little bit lower than your shoulder height. We're going to inhale, lengthen ourselves up. You can still be sitting on your block here if you need to. And on our exhale, we'll go to one side. So we're going to tip over. We're going to bring that hand down, bend that elbow, keep the shoulder down away from the ear, and take the top arm up and over for the side bend. Ooh, feels nice. Inhale back to center. Exhale over to the other side. And I never realized how stiff I get overnight until I come into one of these and it's like, oh yeah, there's a stretch. And up. Exhale, over you go, open the side of the rib cage. And lift, and just go easy in the first couple and just let your body kind of feel its way into this shape, yeah? And over we go, reach, letting your neck just follow the line of the spine as you go. Keep the top arm nice and long if you can, so try not to have a spaghetti arm. Reach this energy through that arm. And again, exhale to come over, keep both sit bones nice and heavy underneath you. Let's do one more each side because they feel nice. Over we go on our exhale. Inhale to reach, grow tall, expand the chest. One more. Exhale, over you go. And inhale all the way back to center. Float the arms down. I'm going to turn back around. We're going to come into a little flexion extension. You're going to take this, make this as big or as small as you'd like to. So we're going to start by rolling back off the sit bones. So think about drawing yourself back slightly, move the pelvis underneath you, zip the pubic bone up, draw the belly button into the spine. Imagine a big beach ball is coming towards you at pace and it's going to round that spine for you. You're going to wrap yourself around that beach ball. So you're almost leaning back here as you wrap yourself around. Soften through the chest, and then we're going to lift ourselves back up. We're going to push that beach ball forward to the other side of the room. So I'm going to lift up, 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 grow tall. I'm going to press the chest gently forward and press my arms gently back. And again, exhale, beach ball coming towards you. Curl back, wrap yourself around it. Inhale as you lift up, shoulders down, chest lifts up and forwards. Two more. Exhale, notice the pelvis moving underneath you. We curl back. So I'm not leaning forwards here. I'm curling back. Inhale, lengthen up, shoulders down, chest lifts up and forwards. Watch the shoulders aren't up in your ears. One more. Exhale to curl back. And remember, if you have anything going on with your back, any disc issues or anything, you may not want to come into this deep flexion, so you just make it smaller. And inhale, lengthen up, extend and expand. And then I'm going to reach my arms nice and long, reach my fingertips long, so that my arms are gone straight as possible. Press them back behind you. See if you can get them just behind the shoulders. And then start to lower the arms down, down, down. So if the fingertips are reaching for the floor. Now as the arms come down, I'm not collapsing forward. So I lift myself up. The chest still lifting up and forwards. The neck is long. I'm going to inhale here. I'm just going to loosen out this neck a little bit. And on my exhale, I'm going to bring my right ear to my right shoulder. So over I go. As I reach my ear to my shoulder, I'm not lifting my shoulder towards my ear. I'm reaching my shoulders down my back. Inhale to come back up. Other side. Exhale, stay very tall. Bring your ear to your shoulder. Don't bring your shoulder to your ear. That's cheating. Inhale to come back up. Now we're going to keep the arms pressing back. I'm going to swivel around and turn and look over one shoulder. As I turn, watch the opposite shoulder isn't coming with you. Inhale back to center, stay tall. You feel a little draw off the shoulder blades towards the spine. Exhale to the other side. This should feel like work. So if it feels like work, you're probably doing it right. Inhale back to center. There's nothing wrong with you. And then lower, lower, and relax. Shake out the shoulders. Good job. We're going to take ourselves down onto the mat. If you're sitting on a block, just move it to the side. Take yourself carefully onto your back. You're going to tilt and tuck your pelvis so you're nice and neutral. So, pubic bone and hip bones nice and even. Little gap between your low spine and the mat. Your feet are underneath your knees. Your arms are down by your sides. We'll come into some hip rolls. We're going to inhale here. Feet are hip distance apart. And on our exhale, I'm going to deepen my abdominals. I'm going to zip the pubic bone up towards my belly button. Bring the low back onto the mat. So there's that little pelvic curl. Then I'm going to press into my feet. I'm going to let my body, my torso feel very heavy and just press into my legs and just let my legs do the heavy lifting as I come up. So I'm not pushing up through my rib cage. Once I'm at the top, I can feel my glutes strong, my legs strong. I'm going to reach my knees forwards and away. Inhale. And then I'm going to exhale and I'm going to soften my chest. Think the back of the rib cage coming down onto the mat. Think of the belly button pressing down towards the mat. Take the low back down. Roll across the sacrum and come back to neutral. Your tailbone is heavy. We'll inhale here. That little gap between the low spine is still there. Exhale, let's close that gap. Let's tilt the pelvis towards us. Bring the low back onto the mat. The abdominals do that work and then the legs take over as we lift away. Peel yourself away, one bone after the next. Inhale at the top, keep your chest soft. Exhale. Just imagine like a heavy chain being lowered one leg at a time. Take yourself all the way back down and bring yourself back to neutral. Inhale here. Exhale. Draw the abdominals up and in. So up like you're holding in wind. In with the belly button. Zip the pubic bone towards you and then peel from there. Rolling away from the mat. Inhale at the top, reach the knees forwards and away. Watch the knees don't fall to the side. Imagine there's two little magnets in between your inner thighs and they're just drawing towards each other. You're not squeezing them together, but they're drawing in. Now exhale and take yourself back down. Soften your way onto the mat. All the way back to neutral. We're going to add the arms for the last three. We're going to inhale here. We're going to exhale. Draw the waist in. Zip the pelvis up and peel yourself away. Once you're up at the top, got open space through the front of the hips. I'm going to press down into the feet. I'm going to inhale and float my arms up to the ceiling and then take them back overhead. It doesn't matter how far you go. You don't want to start arching the back, so maybe you need to float the arms or maybe you can take them all the way back to the floor. So wherever feels good. Now lower your way down onto the mat, leaving the arms overhead and just enjoy that extra feeling of length through the body as you take yourself back down. Once you're back in neutral, it's a nice long steady inhale. There's no rush. Take your hands to the ceiling and take them all the way back down by your sides. You're straight into an exhale now to tilt the pelvis towards you. Press into your feet and roll yourself away. You're on an inhale as the arms come up to the ceiling and back behind you. So just take your time with your breath so you can get a full breath in. Because you need that inhale, because now you have an exhale to take yourself all the way back down. Roll through that spine. There's a little work to get that low back into the mat, but it's so worth it. Come back to neutral, and then it's an inhale to take your hands to the ceiling and float them all the way back down by your sides. One more. Exhale, tilt, and roll away. Inhale, arms coming up and over. Exhale, melt down through that spine, reaching your knees away from you as you go. And inhale to float the arms all the way back down by your sides. Love that one. Let's roll onto our sides. We're going to put one hand under your head. We're going to bend the knees in towards ourselves and bring the feet forwards to the front edge of the mat. The spine is nice and long here. I'm going to take my free hand out in front. I'm going to come into some rotation. So I'm going to inhale, take the hand to the ceiling. The hand is in line with the shoulders. It's right above the shoulder. And on my exhale, I'm going to take myself back. My head is in my hands. My head and neck are safe as I come back and around. And again, just go as far as feels okay for you. Watch the hand doesn't fall down to the hip. Try and keep it in line with the shoulder or maybe a little higher. Inhale here. And now on our exhale, draw the waist in. Feel the belly button pulling into the spine. Feel the abdominals working to take you back to the start. Good, and again. Inhale, hand to ceiling. Exhale, release back. Try and look for that arm as it comes back behind you. Maybe you've gone a millimeter more this time. Maybe not. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the waist in. Can you feel those abdominals doing the work? We're taking ourselves back to the start. The arm feels heavy. The body is doing the work. And again, one more. Inhale, hand to ceiling. Maybe bringing the arm a little closer to the ear this time. So we change the angle slightly. And then we come back in this position. Keep your knees together. Keep your knees on the mat. Try and look for that arm. Maybe you can feel the lower pecs here getting a little stretch. You're going to inhale into the space that you're making. Chest is facing the ceiling. And then exhale. Work the body to take you all the way back to the start. Place your hand on the mat, bring your feet forwards, press your way up to sitting. We're nearly there. Let's shake those legs. Find those sit bones. Remember, you can bend your knees if you need to. Let's take the arms out to the sides. Let's lift to the ceiling on our inhale. Now I'm going to exhale. I'm going to come up to the ceiling and over. Imagine there's a spiky ball on your lap. You're drawing your tummy away from it. As you reach out over your toes, you're going to look down at your knees. You're going to inhale just to stay. And then we're going to roll our way back up. So let's articulate. Let's bring the belly button back to the wall behind us. And let's bring the back of the rib cage to the wall behind us. Then the shoulder blades. Then the ears. Then the arms. Up we come. Circle the arms nice and wide. Take your feet to the other end of the mat. Let's do the other side. One hand under your head. Bend your knees in towards you. Take your feet forwards. Take your free arm forwards. Inhale. Take that hand to the ceiling. And then on your exhale, so just using that exhale to kind of slow things down, to feel in control as we take ourselves back, so we're not just falling back into this rotation. Let's inhale to stay here, the knees are together, the feet are together. And then exhale to draw the belly button in towards the spine. The pelvic floor lifting slightly as we take ourselves back to the start. Good, and again. Inhale, hand comes up, nice full breath in. Feel the breath going low, and then exhaling. Feel nice and strong through the midline as we take ourselves back. Expand, expand, inhale into the space. Exhale to draw yourself back. It's a really nice way to open out that chest. Let's go again. Inhale, hand to ceiling. I'm going to take my arm a little closer to my ear now. And then you're coming back at that angle as I take myself back. It just feels different. It feels good, different. Inhale here, turn and look for my hands. So I'm getting my rotation from the top of my head all the way to the tailbone. And then exhale, work the abdominals. Feel strong as you take yourself all the way back to the start. Lengthen your legs out, roll onto your tummy. You can keep your legs hip distance apart. We're going to bring the hands out just outside the mat, and now I'm going to take my hands a little higher so they're more in line with my forehead rather than back towards my shoulders. I'm going to let my elbows stay low, send my shoulders down my back, lift my belly button up, think of my legs strong behind me. Now on my exhale, I'm going to start to lift my chest. So I send my shoulders down my back, and I feel like as my shoulders pull down, the chest has space to lift up. I'm not using my arms, I'm just using my back muscles to take me up to here. I'm going to inhale to stay here. And then you may want to stay there for your next breath cycle, or you may, on your exhale, start to use those arms a little and start to lift a little higher. So you're looking, I suppose, to straighten out the arms a little bit, but you can stay with a bent arm, that's no problem. If you have the range, you can lift yourself all the way up. Your hands are a little more forward than normal, so we're not coming up as high, but you are getting a nice extension. Inhale here, watch your shoulders haven't lost it, so keep the shoulders down your back. And then on our exhale, I'm going to bend my elbows, keep my chest lifted, and just take myself gently, one bone after the next, like this little reverse articulation all the way back down to the mat. Let's do two more. Inhale here. Exhale, start by drawing the shoulders down, lifting the belly button in, and lifting your chest up. Not pressing into the arms just yet. I'm going to inhale here. I'm aware of my legs. They're strong here. Exhale. Start to go a little further. Remember, you're just going wherever feels comfortable for you. Oh, elbows crack. Inhale here. It's quite satisfying actually. And then exhale. Bend the elbows. Keep the chest lifted up and forwards. Keep the shoulders drawing down away from your ears and glide your way back down. Don't just dump yourself onto the mat. The eye line comes down last. So try not to throw your head forward on the way down. Inhale here. Exhale, and equally, we don't need to throw the head back here. Just think of lifting your chest. Your head will come up anyway. You don't need to worry about it. Inhale here. It's attached to your body. Exhale, come on up. Lift, lift. Again, your arms don't have to go straight. That's fine. You do you. Inhale here. The eye line is up. The chest is lifted. The glutes are strong. And then we lower down. So I just bend my elbows and keep my chest lifted. Keep the shoulders down my back. Keep the eye line up for as long as I can. And then draw myself back to the mat. Beautiful job. Take your hands in by your chest. Push your way up onto your knees. Sit back on your heels. Take a nice wide breath here. Exhale. Walk your hands over to the right. Send your hips over to the left. Finding a little space on the left side. Breathe in there. And then exhale, walk your hands back through center, send your hands to the left and your hips to the right. Find a little space there, breathe in. And then take it back to center. Come back up onto your hands and knees. Tuck your toes, bring your hands back to your knees. Press your way back onto your feet. Lift your hips. Drop your chest. Drop your head. Take a breath. And then draw your tummy in. Press into your feet and take your time. Roll your way back up. And when we come all the way back to the top, roll those shoulders back for 3, and for 2, and for 1. Shake it all off. You are ready for your day, or you're ready to go to bed. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you again next time. Bye.